Hello. Happy Monday. Is it Monday? Yeah, it's the Monday after Thanksgiving. I just finished dinner. I just got a super exciting package, and this one is coming to you straight from my friend Lisa in France. She was actually like one of my very first like YouTube subscribers and she and I formed like a really fun friendship where we talk on Instagram a lot, and she and I like send each other, well, this is our first ever like package. Like basically she's buying me books in France and then I pay her, and then I buy some US books because Barnes & Noble doesn't ship to the UK. So I buy them and send them to her. And it's just really fun, like to get to meet someone in a country. Like I never probably would, when would I have ever met her in life? Unless I randomly went to France and saw her on the street. But anyway, I'm excited to open this and see how these look in real life. So Lisa, if you're watching, this is really fun. Aha. Okay, kudos to you, Lisa, for packaging this so good. I'm excited for this. Okay, she packaged them perfectly. Let's get into the books. Oh! She wrote me a little note. This is so fun. Oh my gosh. This is going on my fridge, in case anyone was wondering. This makes me like emotional. Like to meet people like all over the world through YouTube is just so fun, and like something I never thought that, I don't know, I never really thought anybody would really watch my content. So this is exciting for me. Okay, so first book, and I almost didn't get this one, but I'm glad that I did because I think it's sold out now in French. So all these books are obviously in French, so I can't read them, but they will look great on my shelf. So the first one is the French version of From Blood and Ash. You can see how the cover is like really pretty. There's the back. Still has the like fun foiling. There's the spine. And then, look at that. Look at the end papers. Wow, okay, I'm really glad I got this. Maybe I could learn French. These would be the way to do it. Okay, so that's number one. Now, book 2 and 3, I'm so excited about. How cool is it to like have a friend who can like help you get books that you couldn't normally get? These are cool. All right. So the French editions of A Court of Thorns and Roses. Look. Listen, I love that they did the original covers. I do not like the new covers. I love the originals. Farrah looks amazing on them. You can see. That's the inside. And I mean, they're just those. So cool. And then obviously, so the other ones aren't out yet, but Court of Mist and Fury was, and I'm so excited. Like, how cool is this? So cool. Thanks, Lisa. This is amazing. If you're watching, I love you. This is great. Thank you so much for mailing those to me. Pleasure doing business with you, my friend. That's the only package I got today. I haven't really done anything but work. I worked, and now I'm watching Chicago Fire. My cheeks are red because my kitchen is really hot. I almost started a fire. So, you know, we're all good now. I just am going to throw out my pizza stone because I believe it might be in some way not good. So I'm going to throw it away because I'd prefer not to start a fire. So there you are. Okay, bye.
Literally everyone is blowing leaves. I feel like I'm like behind because maybe I should be out here doing the same thing, but I have to work. Hello. What day is it? Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. I'm just sitting out here taking a break from work, reading for a few minutes, enjoying the nice-ish weather. It's not too bad today. I think it's supposed to be pretty warm this weekend. So you know what that means. Leaves, leaves, more leaves. Here we are, leaves. So, yeah. Okay, check in later.
I just realized I have been talking for a solid 5 minutes and not any of it has been recording. Milo. Hello and happy Sunday. This is par for the course. Can't believe I have been talking for 5 minutes, finished an entire book wrap up, and realized my phone was not recording it at all. Happy Sunday, guys. Hello. I have not vlogged hardly at all this week, so can we call this a weekly vlog? Not really sure. Zuko, quit messing with my camera. I guess we can call it a weekly vlog. Let's see how much I vlogged today. This has been a weird week. I have felt a bit of like seasonal depression, if you will. Just not really, I've worked and then I've done nothing. So it's just kind of been like a very weird week. But I will say yesterday, on Saturday, I finished 2 books, which is productive, which was a good thing. I finished the 3rd book in the Ruthless Game series, which was called Sweet Salvation by Callie Rose. I gave it 3.5 stars, or no, I gave it 3 stars. I didn't do 3.5. It was fine. It wasn't bad. I just felt like it was too short. When you have, like, it's a reverse harem, and when you have a cast of characters, you have a female, and then you have essentially 3 guys in this series. It's really hard to get a lot of good character development when it's only 250 pages, or like 275. Like the other reverse harems that I read, like the Madison Kate series, the Sainthood series, like they're all like 400, 450, pretty long books. So to me, like you get a lot more because you've got multiple couples, but they're all one unit. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot to get to smack into 250 pages plus a plot, you know? I also feel like it kind of was like almost too easy, like the games, the Ruthless Games that we had, because it's very Mafia themed, almost wrapped up a little too easily or too prettily, in my opinion. Again, it was still good. I recommend it if you're into reverse harems. It's a great book to just like smack on your Kindle. You know, it wasn't bad. Just not my favorite. Just mediocre. It's about a girl named Ayla, and she essentially grew up in the foster care system and has struggled her entire like adult life. Please check the trigger warnings because they're definitely there for like sexual assault and things like that. I mean, she's had it rough. But there's a night that she's outside of a club and she sees these 3 guys like kind of off in the distance, and she sees this happen where there's a gun, and she makes a split-second decision, doesn't really know why, but she jumps, like she sees this one guy about to get shot, and she jumps in front of him and takes the 3 bullets. When that happens, she survives obviously, but she loses like her arm up to the elbow, and struggles, you know, continues to struggle after that. When that happens, Marcus, the kind of main, I would say like there's usually like a main guy in the reverse harem, like Marcus would be the main one. He gets obsessed with her, and like he didn't know her, and he doesn't understand why she would do that for him. So he kind of like forms an obsession with her, like, and tattoos like the date of when she saved him, like on his knuckles. I mean, dramatic. And they begin to, he and his 2 friends, Theo and Rylan, they begin to kind of stalk her and keep tabs on her and make sure she's okay. I think they paid like her medical bills and the whole 9 yards. But there's a night when she's older, like she's in her 20s, they've kept tabs on her. She doesn't know that, obviously. She didn't even know who it was that she saved. There's a night that they are watching her, and she's outside of her apartment, and she's about to go in, and this guy comes up to mug her because she's in a crappy part of town. And they pop out of the shadows, of course, save her, beat the guy out. You know, I mean, very hero. From then on, they're now in her world. Like, they're involved. They've decided to no longer hang out in the shadows. So then we kind of morph into her getting to know them, you know, the bond starting to kick in, and then this whole Ruthless Game mafia portion of it also happened. So we find out like why somebody was shooting at Marcus, what the whole point of that was. There's, you know, kind of a mafia overlord, and he is trying to come up with a game where each of these like mafia families submit their kid into a game where only one person should survive, and that is who Luca will hand the key to the city, if you will, over to, like, pass his mafia legacy over. So that's kind of what the whole premise is, and then we get into like the game portion of it and what's going on, and is everything the way it seems. Like, there's a bit of like a thriller mystery aspect to it. Like I said, I just felt like it wrapped really quick. I think the premise was really cool, just wrapped a little too fast for me. So anyway, that's that book. And then I also read, my cats are going crazy. Come here, Zoo. I also read The Vault. So this is the novella in the Madison Kate series. It just came out in October, and it is not something that this is not something that if you have read this series but not read her second series called Hades, that is set in this same universe, the Shadow Grove world, you should not pick this up until you read Hades, because this has massive Hades spoilers in it. And actually, it tells you this as soon as you open this book. There's a disclaimer here that says, like, hey, unless you want to be spoiled, like, don't read this until after you finished Hades, which I agree, like, you definitely shouldn't. You'd also be very confused as to what's going on. Because there is a portion of Hades that they are kind of in, like, they're background characters. They're not massively in it, but they're in it. And so this is like going over what happened from their perspective in that portion of Hades. I think it's between like books 3 and 4. That this is important. But then it also like has a lot of like fluff wrap up that I think was so necessary in this series that we didn't get. And I love it. It's like, I think it's 2.5 years later, kind of, after the series. I loved it. I adored it. I read it in one sitting. I just kind of laid on my couch and just read it on my Kindle. But I have this for my shelf, and it was just so good. I loved it. Really happy with it at the end of the day. So if you have never tried a reverse harem and are interested in that, I definitely recommend the Madison Kate series to kind of like see if you like it. But yeah, so those are the 2 books that I have read so far. I just now picked up The Brit, which is on Kindle. I don't think it's on Kindle Unlimited. I think I had to buy it for like 99 cents or something. So I'm trying that out. I'm like 3 pages in, so don't ask me what it's about, because I really don't know. I am still listening to Empire of the Vampire by Jay Kristoff, and it is really good, very intense. Like I said, I can't do anything other than like listen to it, so it's just hard for me to concentrate on other things if I'm going to listen to that. And then I also need to start A Shadow in the Ember today by JLA. I'm so excited. It's part of my book club with Bethany that I'm reading this for. And I need to read like the first... Zuko. That was not a ghost. That was my cat. Which you can see him. I think I have to read the first like 9 or 10 chapters of that for tomorrow. And I'm still reading Kingdom of the Cursed. So that's another goal today, is to try to get further in that as well. Can you guys quit? I can't get anything done. So now I finally got some ornament hooks. I ran out to CVS and picked up some hooks. So I'm going to finish my tree that has been waiting for me to do. And kind of like clean up back here. I really need to clean my floors. So I just need to do stuff, and I haven't felt like it. But okay, let's do it. coming to you live from the kitchen at 9:30, where I'm fixing an English muffin and yogurt. I am like in between like hungry and not. So I'm just fixing like an English muffin with some peanut butter, banana, and some yogurt. I saw Jessica Braun eating Activia on her Vlogmas, and I was like, ooh, that sounds really good. Don't ask me why Activia was on my mind. So I'm going to fix this while I chat with you guys, because I started. Is this done enough? Not really. Hold on. We're going to attempt to retoast it. Add it more toasty. So I've spent the past 3.5-3-ish hours reading A Shadow in the Ember by Jennifer L. Armentrout, which is the spin-off series from Blood and Ash. We are following Sarah and Ash, who I know to be Nyktos, I'm pretty sure. But of course, just like there are a lot of parallels to From Blood and Ash in this book, and I can't decide how I feel about that, if it like low-key annoys me, or if it's like, wow, this is really like strangely parallel. But anyway, so essentially Sarah has been groomed from birth to save her country, if you will. They are dealing with kind of a curse on the land, forming like rot, where kind of like the plagues, think of like the plagues. She has been groomed from birth basically to be able to stop this. So they're offering her to the prime of death, like the primal of death, as his consort, because apparently that was like the deal they made with him for his help. So essentially we open up with Sarah being like the lamb to slaughter almost. They put her in this sheer dress. She's 17 years old, like just turned 17. And they're like, here you go, sit on this throne. We're going to call him and we're going to say, here's your wife. And I was thinking, wow, 17 JLA. Like, I know these are new adults. So I'm thinking, that's pretty risky there. Like, not risky, but I mean, that's pretty young. Knowing what I know about From Blood and Ash. But I was going with it. Well, spoilers from here on out. Essentially, he kind of comes and he's like, yeah, no, I'm not interested. I will not be taking a consort. Peace. To which Sarah is like, what? Because she's kind of been primed to do that since the entire, like, since she was born. Like, she's known that was her duty, was to, like, help save her country in that manner. So he turns her down. Then her mom is like a complete bitch. Like, she's awful. And she hates her, is kind of how it comes off, and treats her pretty terribly. Like, they treated her really, really nice beforehand when she was being groomed to be, you know, the consort to the primal of death. And like, you know, we're grooming her for this position. And then when he doesn't take her, they're like, yeah, whatever, we don't care, but like, you failed us. Like, we don't care about you anymore. So poor Sarah is like forced every year to try and get him to come back. Like, every year they sit her on this throne and they call for him and he never shows. So every year it gets worse and worse for her in the castle. She is her mother's daughter and her dad died. And her mom is remarried to a stepdad who really has no bearing on this story. It's not like evil mom and evil stepdad. He just kind of is around. He's not really involved right now. But the mom treats her like this evil stepmother treats Cinderella, essentially. Calls her a handmaiden, like, is really rude to her. And it's really sad because Sarah, like, refers to herself as a ghost a lot, like that she's just kind of there and going through the motions. And in some ways I feel like I can relate to her character a lot, especially like going through like my past with going through a divorce. Like, sometimes you feel that way. So it was just a very interesting thing to read about, and it is different from Poppy in that aspect. So, anywho, now she has these powers. She doesn't really know like what they do. They're very similar to Poppy's, which is like the whole parallel that we're supposed to have. And I need a napkin. Hold on. She and Poppy, I can't wait to see like what the connections are, because she and Poppy have a lot of the same like powers and abilities. But she has, there's some mysteries going on. Like, I think that we're getting like the first inkling of the Craven being made in this book, and like how all of this has kind of like come to be in the future, when we follow like Poppy and Hawk. But I'm stirring up my peanut butter. There's a side mystery going on with like some people that are dying, and we're not really sure like what's the purpose and what's going on. And she has run into a god who obviously is the primal of death, like, duh. And she just thinks he's some random god from the Shadowlands that like reports to the primal of death. Girlfriend, open your eyes. Like, come on now. Yeah, obviously this is the same dude who, now she's 20, didn't want you at 17, is now like, you're an interesting girl. So they have had a couple like interactions, and it's not quite like spicy yet, but it's trending that way, and I'm excited about it. So he is going by the name Ash. All right, let's find out why. But I know your name ain't Ash, man. So, anywho, I got to chapter 10, so I'm like 160-ish pages in. And that's where I was supposed to only read to chapter 9. But chapter 9 ended on a pretty solid, like, cliffhanger. Well, not really cliffhanger. I just really wanted to read the next chapter. Sorry, Bethany. So this is our, like, book club book, which is why I've waited so long to read it. So anyway, I have to stop. And I'm mad because, well, I'm not mad, but I could keep reading. And I want to know, like, what happens next, obviously. So anyway, it's really good so far. I know some people were, like, upset about the editing in this book. And I read so fast that, like, I don't really pick up on things that other people pick up on. I'm just kind of, like, reading the story so fast that if there's something off, I'm probably not going to notice it, because I tend to devour my books. So, anyway, not bothering me. But that's where we are. I'm probably done reading for now. I'm either going to pick up Kingdom of the Cursed or The Brit whenever I'm in the bathtub. Just depends on how much power my phone has, as to which one I do. I really need to finish Kingdom of the Cursed. It's good. I don't know why I've not picked it up. I have no issues with it. I just need to pick it up. I would have today, had I not realized that, crap, I haven't read our book club book. So I basically had to binge it for like 3 hours. So anyway, now I'm having some peanut butter and banana English muffins and some yogurt. And I'm going to watch some Vlogmas videos. I'm not really doing vlog. I tried to do Vlogmas last year, but my content, I feel like I'm just not that interesting sometimes. Like, my days are kind of the same. So, I don't know. It was fun, but also hard because you really, like, I have a lot of respect for creators who do Vlogmas because it's not easy. You have to edit every night. You have to get a new video up. Like, it's a lot of work. So, anyway, I'm just going to keep on doing regular vlogging, I think, and not worry about that. But, okay, now that I've made my toast and my yogurt ready, I'm going to go eat and relax. So, I will probably talk to you guys in the morning. Okay, good night.
Good morning. Happy Monday. Is it like winter break yet? I don't know. We get, I get 2 weeks, really 2.5 weeks off this year at work, which is nice. We kind of have like a whole shutdown situation. So I'm looking forward to that. And I feel like it'll never get here, but I am ready to have a couple weeks off of work. I'll still work at my part-time job, but it'll be nice to have a couple days off, or a couple weeks, really. Anyway, I read a bit more of The Brit last night, and let me just say, it's dark. It is dark. I'm not super far into it, not far enough. I feel like I can give an accurate synopsis, but it's dark. Definitely gives me, like, it's mafia vibes. And I've seen how the two characters are kind of going to intertwine. It's dual POV, so it's in both male and female perspective. But it'll be interesting to see how they overcome what I already perceive as being a massive issue based on their past traumas and, like, based on what she specifically endured around the age of 15. So, anyway, I don't really know how we're going to get through this.
So I started that, and then I read a bit more in Kingdom of the Cursed. I did a lot of reading this weekend. So anywho, I am going to probably try to finish that today. That's like kind of the goal is really to finish that at some point. And yeah, after that, I'll probably call this vlog. I would like to finish Kingdom of the Cursed before I end this vlog. So that's kind of the goal for today. So anyway, I'll keep you guys posted.
This is why I stopped drinking. We're waiting till all these fall. Because truly, this is like a sea. Go get your ball, buddy. A sea of leaves. And I refuse to be a farmer all day. I mean, what do I live in the woods? Do we live in the woods, Odie? We do? Do we live in the woods? Oh, there go more. Odie, go get your ball. This is a little bit of leaf ASMR for you folks. Go get your ball. Where'd I throw it?
Another day, another vlog in my kitchen. I just finished Kingdom of the Cursed. You can't even tell what this is, but I just finished it. It was good. It was real good. It was better, definitely better than Kingdom of the Wicked. And it's not often to me that a second book is better than the first. This one was. It was so good. A lot of my theories were correct. I think it's very obvious, in my opinion, what, like what's going on in this book. Now, I will say there is a lot of mystery still. And a lot of it, I really don't know. Like, there's a lot of different ways that this could play out. And I truly have no idea what's going to happen. We're following Amelia and Wrath, who is one of the 7 deadly sins. Like, he's the prince of hell, like he's a prince in hell, essentially. And I won't go into, like, spoilers for him, although I did kind of, like, mention that in the last video, who I thought he was. But anyway, turns out I was right. Plus, Amelia has her own, like, mystery going on. Like, I think she's somebody else, obviously. Her memories are locked up. She has these weird flashbacks. Like, something's up. I don't quite know what or who, but it's interesting. And the ending was very like, huh. I mean, I kind of wondered if they would bring this person back, but wasn't sure if she would actually do it. So, yeah, it set it up for the 3rd book. I'm really excited. Amelia has finally made some decisions. Sometimes, low-key, she can drive me a little nuts, because she, like, really hems and haws over things. And I just want her to, like, make her decisions, which she did, thank God. And she made the right decisions. So, we'll see. Like, I'm kind of wondering, like, who the villain is in this story. You would think it would be the devil and, like, the 7 princes of hell, but, like, really, Wrath, he ain't so bad. So, anywho, I will definitely give this one 5 stars. I really can't wait for next year when the 3rd one comes out. I'm going to stick with my guns on the first one. I definitely don't think it's as good. Solid 4, but, this one blows it out of the water. So good. So with that, guys, I'm going to call this vlog a day. So thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing if you're new. I appreciate all of you here with me, and I will see you in my next one.